And then when
All right, hey, Robert, we are on site at the Space City Mustang Club's car show. What annual car show? Which one? What number? The fifth annual down here at Kima Boardwalk. We've got it. We're going to have guests on site. We've got David Meyer, our video producer behind the camera. But this is Cruisin Car Club Talk, which we streamed, actually broadcast on Lone Star Community Radio at 104.5 and 106.1 FM. And if you're outside the listening area, like this gentleman standing behind David Meyer, behind the camera, you can actually stream us around the world at irlonestar.com/CCCT on YouTube or on Facebook. And Robert, thank you for all the input and the color commentation over there. You're doing a great job. You got to hold the mic close to your mic. You got to hold the mic close to your mouth. So go ahead, say something.
Yeah, it's a great show. You got about, 80 cars? Have y'all done a count?
Haven't got us down.
Okay, all right.
I'm just. Okay. It's like 10:30, so it's 10:40 or so. You guys have
it's a great crowd
and so far.
Yeah, it's a great place. I always love the Kima Boardwalk. The atmosphere here, and that's great. Plus, you got nice restaurants here.
Well,
it's a great place to go to lunch. Yeah,
restaurants that have adult beverages. That's hugely important.
Yeah, especially for the day.
Yeah. Hey, we've got. Let's bring in Electric Mike back here.
Electric Mike.
Mike, let's unmute your mic. How's that? Carry. Ah, there we go.
Electric Mike.
Let us appreciate live.
Actually plug into his truck today, as his truck is right here.
Yep. Yeah, we've got Electric Mike brought his Ford F-150 Lightning, and all of our equipment is being powered off that Ford electric, that EV.
Right.
So as you've poo-pooed,
as you favorite subject matter, yes, the EVs.
As you have poo-pooed electric vehicles,
we just bring we bring the facts. Yeah.
You can bring the facts, but Mike's got a great story.
Yeah.
He drove this F-150 all the way to the West Coast and back.
Right.
And the round trip took 3.5 weeks, but they enjoyed a lot of time on the West Coast. Mike, why don't you tell us about that trip, how you got thinking about it, and what did you do on the West Coast?
Well, good morning, gentlemen. Little update on that. Traveling to the West Coast, we actually left Houston, went to the West Coast, drove across the United States to the East Coast, came down the East Coast, hit 10 in Florida, and came back to Houston. We're gone 3 weeks and put 10,000 miles on the truck, all EV charging, no hybrid, all EV.
Well, speaking of the charging, okay, tell us about your experience of the charging. Where'd y'all actually get in charge at?
Okay, there's the biggest EV network besides Tesla in the United States is Electrify America. So all my charging was on Electrify America chargers, which are the fast chargers. And our total charging stops for those 3 weeks were 66 stops.
About what? 66 stops, round trip. To the West Coast and back.
And time-wise, how long at each stop charging?
Well, on our trip, I was in the Electrify America map app, and it showed where all their charging stations were. So basically, instead of driving city to city, we're driving charger to charger, and we had made a point when we left not to drop below 25% power left on our total batteries.
Right.
So, but one trip into Oregon, we're out in the middle of nowhere at night, and when we finally made it to our hotel, we were at 5%. And that was our longest charging of the whole trip. And that charger, to get it up to 80%, we always charged up to 80% and then hit the road. It took us 55 minutes. So most of our stops were 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, so you kind of like plan your dinner, your lunch, or charging.
And what's good about the charging spots, they're usually at convenience areas, and there's restaurants, or like most of Electrify America are in Walmarts right now.
Really?
So yeah, we could go in, get food, drinks, or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Nice. Refill the ice chest.
Oh, that's another. We didn't have a nice chest.
Oh, you had a refrigerator.
I had a refrigerator.
Yeah. Take. Always have a cold 6-pack somewhere.
So you were able to plan the entire trip based on, I'm assuming, electric charging stations that you found on your app. Is that right?
That's correct. And what I tell people who always come up to me, should I buy an EV or a hybrid? I tell them if they're extensive traveler, I recommend hybrid.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
do too.
easier.
Knowing the research and everything, I would go hybrid also.
But if you just want an in-town car or
Right.
just traveling around Texas,
If it's your daily
If you want
driver to
to.
work and you're within 30 or 40 miles to work,
yeah.
that an EV would be okay.
Yeah, I always tell people, if you're not going to do extensive traveling, even though you can do it, I proved that.
Right.
I always recommend EV if they're just going to hang around local and stuff. Use it as a daily driver.
Let me back that up for a second. He said if you're within 30 or 40 minutes from work, but the reality is you could drive to Dallas every day to work, charge, and come back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and, okay, I did my trip in 23. Since then, Tesla has opened their charging network to all EVs.
That's right.
So that would have made our trip in 2023 a whole lot simpler.
Yeah.
I still like the idea, though, when I brought up the story about the Dodge Charger having the recall because it doesn't make enough
It's
noise.
too quiet.
Right. They had to go back and reprogram in the computer get engine noise
Yeah,
because they won't be able to hear when you're coming at like Kima Boardwalk, you're coming down here in an EV. Pedestrians can't always hear you coming.
Well, it's my understanding on the Dodge cars, and I'm pretty sure Charger and Challenger are done at EV. I think they have an outside speaker, so you can hear them outside the car.
So, right.
see, with this electric,
That's why I kind of like favor the combustion engine. It's like at least you can hear it.
with this Ford electric F-150,
Yeah.
Mike goes down the road, electric Mike goes down the road, the windows down, screaming, "Here I come!"
Okay.
Well, this F-150 is my daily driver. And to dispel any rumors that I'm an environmentalist freak, I also own a gas-powered Mustang.
See there? See? One of these
both-
days I'm
both
going to get an
worlds.
EV.
Oh, yeah.
Both worlds. There you go.
And here's a nice highlight. I started my EV journey buying the EV Harley Davidson.
At that.
There's my
There's-
introduction to EV driving.
There's your combustion engine boys there.
Yeah.
Huge stuff. So, what do you say now? You don't wear the leathers when you drive your Harley EV?
I haven't actually seen a Harley EV, so I don't know. I haven't
Well, I
looked into
did.
that.
I did wear my leathers for that because when I got my Harley, they're called the Livewire. But when I got them, the old-timers, they were saying, "No, that's not a Harley. That's not a Harley."
Yeah, that's
no,
what
no.
they say. That's what
Let's
they
go
say.
to the drags in Baytown and see who will win that quarter mile. Nobody ever took me up, and nobody in our Mustang club ever took me up. Go do a race
Did you
in
ever?
Baytown when we had a drag strip there.
Did you ever run it down there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How did it do in the quarter?
I think I did 11.5 and
Think about it.
104.
Well, I mean, it's not the quarter mile; it's the actual 0 to 60.
Yeah.
You can't beat an EV from 0 to 60.
No, they got instant torque.
Yeah, instant torque, right? Yeah, so that's the advantage that they have on the racetrack.
Yeah, but come on, he had an EV Harley doing 11 seconds in the quarter. Think
Well,
about
11
that.
seconds is pretty common at drag strip, but
It's pretty common for an off the street car, right? Or actually, they're a little bit slower than that. You know,
Yeah.
they're at least the ones that I may have taken for the Birch rental car to the drag strip.
Yeah, I'm pretty knowledgeable. I don't go egging any Hellcat drivers. Let's go to drags. You gotta know what you're operating with.
yeah. Okay, well, we thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
We
Mike.
really appreciate it.
The more than anything else, we thank you for the electric power out
Right,
here
you sure
where
do.
there is none.
You're welcome to it.
Yeah.
You guys standing out there watching behind the camera, everything here is being powered by this electric Ford F-150. So they got a guy over here in the left seat, Robert Helmer, who
Combustion engine guy.
He's a combustion engine guy, and I'm all about the EVs coming in.
And I'm both combustion and EV.
Well, I'll always be both of those as well. But this technology in my grandson's era, that's who's going to bring it into the mainstream.
Well, at several car, I also had a Mustang Mach-E. And I used to take that to the car shows. All the old timers, that's not
Is that when it first came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all the young kids, I was impressed with them. They knew all about EVs.
They
like
do.
the Mach-E.
They know the Mach. Yeah, they know all about the EV. Well, Electric Mike, we can't thank you enough for the electric and taking time to chat with us on the program.
No problem, gentlemen, and thank you for having me on.
Hey, once we're back in the studio, we're going to ask you to either do a Zoom call with us or come into the studio chat. So,
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
all right,
do a
thank you
follow-up.
so much.
All right, thank you. I think we're going to take a station break right now.
That's funny. Hey, back live on site here at the Kima Boardwalk for the Space City Mustangs 5th annual car show. I'm Randy Webb along with Robert Helmer. We are missing Dana Pritchard today, but we do appreciate you coming back with us, staying with us. Who do we have this segment, Robert?
I don't know. Let's give us their names.
My name's Will Crane. Michael Weston.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the group? It's like, what is the actual name of the group? Do you have a name for it?
So really, it's just the Houston Terminator Cobras is a Facebook group. A bunch of us cruise into a bunch of events all around Texas.
Okay. I seen y'all at Mustang Week. What y'all think about Mustang Week?
Yeah, I mean, it was a sick of blast, great event. Glad to see it down here, and I can pretty much promise you, after this year, it'll be even bigger than this year.
Signed up already for next year. You already got the dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all put on a great display, and I love the cars.
Could we have
Let me get an idea of what horsepower you have in your car.
Horsepower?
What's the dyno at?
Well, it's got a VMP Gen 3R blower. It should be sitting around the 650 mark after it's all said and done. We're still tuning on a little bit. But,
Okay.
mine's got a ported steg Meyer stock motor, so it's making about 502.
No. But all of them are beautiful. How many do you have in the group? Do you know?
This morning I counted 14 of us that cruised in to meet up and show up.
And where do we get a hold of you guys? What Facebook page?
It's literally Houston Terminators.
Houston
If
Terminators.
you search it, you'll find us. We're all on there if you want to join.
And have y'all been to Twin Peaks? I thought I might have saw some of y'all at Twin Peaks.
Yeah, we've done a few meetups there before Mustang Week, and then we cruised down that Friday night, and then just random meetups here.
Random. So you don't have really like a regular spot that y'all always meet every week.
Nothing too scheduled.
Okay. All right. That spontaneous stuff is what the young people like anyway. It's like, hey, we're meeting here. Okay, let's go.
Well, a lot of us are older too, families and stuff, that obviously has to come with us.
How long have you had your car?
So funny story. I've only owned this car about 6 months, but what I was telling them is I chased it for 4 years.
Right.
I've been I offered the guy money over and over and over again.
Well, there's not that many in that kind of good condition around anymore. So that's one thing. When you find one in those type of conditions, it's like you got to grab it.
Did he finally come to your price?
Yeah.
I came a little closer to his, but common sense kind of got thrown out the window.
Yeah, well, that's all right. You got your Mustang.
Yeah,
That's your
it's one of those
right?
things. His car's super clean as well. I mean, finding cars, that are that clean are just tough now.
Right.
I flew up to Wisconsin for I shopped for about 9 months for Sonic Blue in Town 1. Ended up in Wisconsin. I said I'll buy a plane ticket. I was there in 2 days and buy it. So
You have a certain color you wanted.
the color I wanted.
Okay.
Yes.
What color was that?
Sonic Blue.
Sonic Blue.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful color.
Yes, thank you.
Did you drive it back or did you trailer it back?
Oh, I trailered it back. It had the low miles. I wasn't trying to mess up the tank, so we stored it inside and they shipped it down to me.
What time of year did you go up there?
I went up there in October, so it was 30 degrees outside.
You were chancing it.
Brought it back here to the Texas humidity, so it's being enjoyed.
Yeah, Randy's a world traveler, especially around the U.S. So you ask him what donut shop is, what name, what town, he'll tell you.
So, I was just in Milwaukee not too long ago, so I'll be back up there again for probably a month or so. I'll bet.
With this one. So what's the plans for y'all's your group next?
Really just enjoy the day and see if the judges see it our way and maybe a couple of us take some down. I don't know. Yeah.
Throw a 10 on the seat.
There's a couple more shows coming up. We got on September 20th, Wild Horse Mustang Club has a show over at Lumberton, or at
Silsby.
Okay.
at Sylvie Ford, and then September 27th, Northside Mustang Car Club's holding a show at Hooters and Up. So I know you guys ain't going to Hooters.
And then on November the 1st, in New Caney is Northside's open car show at Los Salas Park. It's a great facility. It has indoor and outdoor parking. So,
And covered.
Yeah, covered, indoor and outdoor
Cover's
covered.
nice,
Yeah.
especially on days like today.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we're glad we brought this pop-up for today.
so if
Yeah.
you want more information on the north side, when you just go to the northside.org, you can actually register on that website for that show.
If you guys haven't met Yoda, this is Yoda hiding behind the camera back here.
Hello, how are you?
She may wander out, catch you guys, somewhere wandering out there and do another interview with you at some point.
All right, that sounds good.
Who's the fastest car in the group?
Probably Vince's car. Probably Vince's car. It's a built high compression motor, cam, swivel. That's a.
It's temperamental, but it moves.
Okay.
Yeah, it's temperamental, but the higher horsepower cars.
Randy's over there wondering, is it going to be an EV from 0 to 60?
Well,
You know what? I rode in a
we may have
Cybertruck.
to throw hands when we start talking about it.
I rode in a Cybertruck. Guy driving looks at me. He said, "You ready?" Because the truck's been driving itself for like an hour, right?
Yeah.
He says, "You ready?" I said, "Yeah." I don't know what I'm ready for, right? Next thing I know, my head snapped back. So it's 845 horsepower. That thing. It just gone. Gone.
The torque is what really.
Yeah, the torque is how it's running now.
Yoda was sitting in the back seat. After we slowed down a bit, she's like, "Hey, you want this?" My phone was in the back seat. It left.
Yeah.
So those things do take off. But there's something to be said for your filters from the SVT.
Yes.
It is exactly what they say. It's a stable
It's the original,
right?
Right.
It's the original.
Yeah.
And you got to stay with the combustion engine.
I've got 3 combustion engine cars and no EVs. I see the EVs coming. I can see the technology.
Yeah.
Your kids are going to make that technology happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
That's it.
well, Will and Mike, right?
Yes, sir.
Now we appreciate you guys coming over, taking a few minutes with us.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's very impressive when y'all come in, and the cars are very impressive. They're very, very clean and very good condition.
We were super thankful too that y'all staff was willing to accommodate us having a little row like this. So we greatly appreciate it.
That's the Space City Mustang Club.
Yeah.
So,
That's nice.
yeah, I was
for that.
I was sitting at that little intersection right there waiting for you guys to come through, but it was a nice view, guys. It was a really nice view. Yeah, a ton of cars.
Appreciate it.
Had a couple Fox bodies in your lineup too, so.
Yep.
Yeah, they
squeezed in there.
They were beautiful though. I mean, all your cars just absolutely gorgeous.
It's serious, sir. Yeah, anybody wants to join the group, jump on there.
Okay.
Check us out.
Anybody in particular I need to contact?
I'll tell you, Zeke Ramirez is the admin, but if you just put a request in, he'll grant you access. No crazy stipulations.
One of the things I do that everybody just is like, Randy, I could do that. Is there a phone number we can contact? Yeah. You want to give your cell phone out?
Not many people want to do
Look
that.
at Will.
I'm not going to be too public in that regard, but once you join, as long as you're cool, you're probably good. I don't know.
So once you get vetted,
Once you get vetted a little bit.
we'll get you some phone number.
Well, that's crazy, right? That's it.
Well, guys, we appreciate you taking the time with us.
Greatly appreciate
Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you guys.
I'll take that.
Oh, yep, you got it.
Oh, he took your microphone, man. Thank you guys so much. You'll see this should air, I think, next Monday on Lone Star Community Radio at 104.5, 106.1 FM. Based in Conroe, so you're outside the listening area, but we can be streamed around the world at irlonestar.com/CCZT on YouTube or Facebook.
And Facebook, so you can find us somewhere. All you gotta do is go to YouTube and just key in Cruisin Car Club Talk, and you'll see about 30 to 40 podcasts on them.
Awesome.
Yep.
We'll get David Miney over here or his sidekick Nick to come down and film your row down here. We'll cut some of that video in and get it broadcast out there.
Thank y'all.
We'll do you good.
Thanks, guys. You take care.
All right, stay with us, and we're going to take a little station break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to have a representative from Space City Mustang Club.
Back with you. Get the attitude for good. It could be cut it. It's all great. I get the deal.
I got a thing. Where's what going at this point? And I'm going to just a couple of things I need to get. Oh, the
On that.
Winston. Oh, yeah, very good. Get him to fucking press on. Walter. This is Klaus playing. This,
All right, hey, thanks for taking time to come back and chat with us, spend some time with us on Cruisin Car Club Talk, which can be found on Lone Star Community Radio at 104.5 and 106.1 FM. Or if you're like Duane and Jeff here and you live outside of the broadcast area, you can actually stream us live around the globe on irlonestar.com/CCCT, or you can catch us on Facebook or YouTube.
And we are at the Kima Boardwalk, right?
We are at the Kima
One of the-
Boardwalk Space City Mustang Car
The
Club.
host of the show today.
Annual show, right?
Right. One of my favorite places to have a car show. We also want to thank with the Landry's and the Kima Boardwalk for letting us do this.
Yes, sir.
Who is the contact now for Landry's?
Landry's, I'm working with a girl named Crystal Duane,
Okay.
and she's kind of heading up the booking for this. And we also need to reach out to McCree Ford, who sponsored our great event.
Yes, I want to thank them very much for this.
This is the 10th year they've sponsored us. So,
Do they have one of their vehicles out here?
yes, there's a couple of vehicles on the other end of the lot there.
Yeah, you gotta say that car people in the community, when you have a sponsor as good as they are, stays with you for 10 years, you gotta very much appreciate that. And the car community, needs to say thank you very much for
Absolutely.
supporting this. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody.
Well, my name's Duane Myers. I'm the head bottle washer, dishwasher fall guy for the Space City Mustangs. Ours kind of a Gulf Coastal club here. We're not an MCA member, but we like to lie about our cars, hide from our wives, and have a couple of beers. That's really what our club's about.
Now you're talking my language,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah. And you got a voice because Randy and I are both on the MCA board. So, yeah.
So
Anything y'all need to do or anything you need to let the MCA know, we'll give that to them.
Well, I've had the fortune of knowing you guys honestly for close to 10, 11
years, yep.
You guys helped us out with the very first show. We're appreciative of that. And I've spoken with Randy many times out at the airport, the airplane show at the museum.
Lone Star Museum.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
you
a
guys
fantastic
ran the participation voting award.
I don't know about ran it, but it happened.
Well, you were there. You took care of it.
We were there, yes,
You
sir.
got them parked and got them out of there. So
Yeah.
we had to give out the awards, I believe.
And you're saying that you're prepping him for the upcoming election.
Well, I need to back off a little bit. I'm looking for grooming some guys. We have a great club membership. It's a smaller club for all things, but we have some really dedicated members, and this guy's been on my side for a long time. His name is Jeff. You want to say hello?
My name is Jeff Cozy. I've been with the club for about 9 years now. I've kind of always been with Duane, even from the very first show I did here, meeting Duane, a lot of the other guys in the car club. I've kind of just been his right-hand man anytime he needs anything,
Right.
whether it's running water out to some of the guys or
There's always something to do.
anything that he always needed. I got a little bit of a longer drive to get down here. You know, I live in Cypress now, but like I said, that hasn't stopped me from coming down here and doing whatever the club needs.
Yeah.
It's so tough to climb in a Mustang. You drive.
Yeah, and I got
No, the hardest part is getting out.
five in the family that want to come down. We don't all fit in the car very well.
This is one, everybody knows car shows are for charity raising. What is the charity for this show?
Well, our sponsor, McCree Ford, once again, has for a charity. It's at M.I. Lewis Food Bank Community Center. They reach out to the greater Gulf Coast, Galveston area. They do a great work with the community, and it's a good program. I know during the hurricanes and the storm events we had, they helped out so many families. It was unreal.
Right.
So I'm getting goosebumps. I'm one of those guys.
Right.
It's a good program.
That always makes you feel good.
It does. Giving back to our community.
Right, and that also gets the group to feel good too. and knowing that they're giving back to the community and they're making a difference. You know how many cars you have today?
Out here, we did a rough count of just over 130.
That's great. That's great.
Well, it is, honestly, if you don't mind me jumping in, because the predicted weather yesterday, it was one of those, is anyone even going to show up?
Right.
Yep.
So, and unfortunately, this is a rain day. We normally hit 170 as a benchmark. One year we're going to hit 200, but this year I'm very pleased to have the 130 plus.
I think it's a success. It's success even when you get over the 100 mark. That's still the marker for me. Did you hit that 100?
Oh, wow.
So, I also noticed y'all are got a new Cars and Coffee going on, right?
That's correct. Henry Rabago, the actually founder of the club back in 2010, is doing a Cars and Coffee. There's so many up north in the Woodlands area.
Right. There's one in every block now.
Down here,
Right.
honestly, and it's just now starting out, but it's on Saturdays, and they're having a really good show up. I mean, it's open to all cars, not just Mustangs.
Right.
It's
Like
classic
Cars and Coffee.
Absolutely.
Right. But it is good. I've been watching now on Facebook, and it seems like it's been a success for y'all.
It's growing. It is.
So that's good. If y'all keep up with the show, Randy and I do Market Square in the Woodlands. We do that Cars and Coffee for a Cause.
Just giving back to the community. That's all we're doing.
So-
Trying to.
We actually did our last podcast there, and so we could show everybody what we actually do.
We did a promo from there. I don't know if we did a podcast.
Yeah.
Duane, take us back to the start before it was Space City Mustang Car Club.
Well, actually, that's really more of a question for Henry, but I'll fill in what I can. NASA. A group of NASA guys got together, and they had the same liking of Mustangs and probably hiding from their wives and, bragging about their cars. It started off with JSC, Johnson Space Center Mustang Club. And it turned into Space City Classic Mustangs. Well, we've met some great people like Jeff along the line who have the newer cars, and we really can't hold that against them. Plus, they have AC, so long trips we could ride with them. So it has morphed into Space City Mustangs, dropping the Classic.
Right.
Again, 2010 was the start date, and we've had pretty good club membership following since then. Our meetings usually consist of anywhere from 30 to 50 people. And
Well, that's because you have beer.
that's right, absolutely. But faces have changed over the years, so have the cars, but the friendship and the fellowship has followed through. A lot of folks have lost their Mustang and gone on to the dark side of Dodge or Chevy. However, they're still welcome at any time in our clubs, and we enjoy their company.
Well, they started having kids.
Yeah,
They needed a place to put them, and strapping them on the roof wasn't working.
and there's a thing called life.
There is.
Twists and turns, and it pushes and pulls, but here we are.
There we are. That's right.
We're still all car enthusiasts, so this one thing in common.
It's a sickness. It really is. I embrace it with all my heart.
It's just a minor addiction.
Yes.
Hey, so when does Jeff take over and become the Grand Poobah over here?
Well, I don't know about taking over, but it's up to him, really. I'll stick around as long as I'm needed, and I definitely will be part of the club regardless. But we'll play the card as it comes.
You'll be around at least until there's no beer.
Yeah, when they run out of beer, I'm pretty much going home.
You'll be here forever.
Yeah.
It'll be here forever. That's right.
Okay, one question got to ask you. What kind of car do you have?
Well, I have two 65 Mustangs. One's a Powder Puff GT, all original coupe, white, blue. GT.
Right.
It even smells like the old car.
Okay.
And it's such a solid door when you shut it. It's wonderful, one of those. My other one's my hot rod. I've got a 65 convertible. I've done the tribute to the 350 Shelby. Roll bar, paint stripes all the way through.
Oh, I love that.
Pushing just a little over 400, which is not a lot of bragging rights these days, but
Right, but it
back
was
in
back
my day,
then.
boy, it really was.
Did it get you to the store?
Oh, absolutely. The funny stories about my cars are family cars. The white one was my mom's, and the blue one that I still have was my first car.
Oh, a lot of sentimental value there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just ushered my son into the club with a 1986 SVO.
Isn't that great when you can hand that down?
Yeah.
Because one thing we got to keep this thing going is we don't have enough youth getting into the car club community to keep this going. We've had actually some car clubs actually die out, they aged out, and we really hate to see that going. So yeah, anytime we can hand this down to the youth and get them excited about cars and car clubs and stuff.
Well, it's such a different world out there. We've got kids these days who don't even want to drive, and that just boggles my mind.
Yeah, that boggles mine too.
But I'm sure you've heard the story, and I'm sure a lot of us had the same experience with that uncle or best friend or neighbor who put that $20 bill on the dashboard of their hot rod and said, if you could grab it, it's yours. I've been hooked ever since, and I don't have the $20 in my pocket.
Hey, my grandson came down a couple of years ago. He's 15 years old, and he didn't want to drive. And I put him behind my F-150 wheel, my F-150, and say, here, just drive around. We live in a little circle, portion of the subdivision. Yeah. Well, it's not even a cul-de-sac. There's like 47 homes, right? So he drove around there. Next thing I know, he's like, hey, okay, let's go back home. And we weren't home 10 minutes. He's like, hey, can I go out again? Yeah. Here's the keys.
Good. He's got the addiction.
Yeah.
So a neighbor lady that lives next to me came over and she's like, hey, I'm worried about this guy. Did he steal your truck? I was like, no, man, that's my grandson. He's like, he's addicted to driving all of a sudden. So
Yeah. We're going to make a whole episode on just talking about to the youth that does not want to drive. It's like how we, what is the root cause of that,
Well, first thing is get them off the gaming platforms.
Yeah.
Well, there's always a sense of freedom for us. I mean, when you got that driver's license, baby, the world was a wide open place.
My first car was a 67 coupe Mustang with a 289 and a 3-speed. Yeah, but as soon as I turned 16, I was in driver's ed at 15, and as soon as I got my learner's permit, I was gone. I was not home.
Well, I'm reliving those moments with my son right now.
Right.
He recently turned 16 and got a car and a girlfriend, and I'd be gosh, if I see him twice a week, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You'd like to see him, but he just doesn't have the time for you right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for him, though.
Yeah, good for him. That's right. Well, Robert, we got to get out of here. Duane and Jeff, we appreciate you taking time.
We really
Jeff,
do. And
Jeff,
thank
next
you
time
also
you got to
for
be a
hosting
little
the
bit
show.
more talkative. We got to get you a microphone.
And I'm just, I'm the shadow of Duane here.
Well,
I'm just soaking in all the knowledge.
Yeah, well,
There's plenty of room for more people in that shadow, too. So just,
all you got to do is listen. Duane will talk. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I've learned a lot.
These some great guys out here, man. Space City Mustang Club, really great guys. We're going to get out of here for a little commercial break, but this is Robert Helmer. I'm Randy Weldon. We're missing Dana Pritchard today, but you are going to hear us on Lone Star Community Radio at 104.5, 106.1 FM. If you're outside the listening area, we can be found at irlonestar.com/CCCT. And on Facebook and YouTube, I think they stream us Mondays at 1 p.m., right?
That's supposed to be, but this last time it wasn't.
Well,
It dropped about Thursday.
that happens every now and then, right?
Yeah, so
That's the current day of radio. So.
yeah.
All right, guys, thanks very much.
Thank you
See
for
in a
joining
second.
us.
We stop. You'll have to flat feet on the ground. All you want to do is ride around silent. All you want to do is ride around silent. All you want to do is ride around silent. What you want to do is ride without the silence. Gonna be wiping your weeping eyes. You're trying to bust me, but 1965. I run around, you sing the final one. Won't let me ride. What's that? Slow, Mustang, where do I go? It's gonna be what you're with eyes. All you wanna do is ride around side. 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 Gonna be wiping your weeping
We are back and appreciate you taking time to come back with us at Cruisin Car Club Talk on Lone Star Community Radio at 104.5 or 106.1 FM. Or if you're outside the listening area like our guest Jonathan here, who lives in College Station, Texas, or that area, you can stream us around the world, even in College Station, at irlonestar.com/CCCT on Facebook and on YouTube. Jonathan, you came up a second ago. You showed me a very interesting picture of you and President Joe Biden standing together, and you said that picture came about because of the Ford Mustang.
That's true. If we need to back up just a second to 1950 first, though. 1950, my grandfather, who grew up in South Arkansas, literally barefoot, he was 19 years old, had 2 kids already, and needed a way in which to support his family, his growing family, 1950. So at that time, to get work, you either had to go to Memphis or Chicago. There was no work in South Arkansas. And so he immigrated to Chicago and got jobs sweeping the floors at the Ford Chicago Assembly Plant, which is the oldest running assembly plant for Ford in the world. And eventually made his way onto the assembly line in quality control, and ended up working there for 32 years, working in the line Ford. So I've had a lot of Fords over the years, and essentially if it were not for the UAW and for him to be able to keep a job for 30 years, and as you know, the auto industry over that 30-year time had a lot of changes.
A lot of change.
Exactly, 60s, 70s, 80s, all that time, keeping his job, being able to continue to support his family. I wouldn't be where here I am 2 generations later, and I have 3 college degrees, and I'm a college professor, and my grandfather grew up essentially penniless in South Arkansas, so I owe a lot to Ford.
Like you said.
Exactly. So I owe a lot to Ford, owe a lot to the UAW, and I have many Fords in my time, but I never had a Mustang, and I decided at some point, once I
got to where I needed to be, earned tenure, became established, I was going to get a Mustang. So that's how I ended up with a 1966 Ford Mustang. My grandfather also had a 1966 Ford Mustang. It was springtime yellow fastback, and that is the car that my mom learned to drive in 1966. And it was a manual transmission.
Were you hanging out with Mom back then? Was she taking you with her?
I wasn't born until 73.
I just said, as soon as that came out of my mouth, I was like, wait a minute, he wasn't born yet.
That's right. I was born in 73. So, so if you think about my story, I owe a lot to Ford.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now
we're going to do here in a little bit. We'll break away and get David over near your car and do an interview over there about your car.
Absolutely.
But talking about owning a lot to Ford, you're here now. You've got your own '66 Mustang now. And how did that photo come about?
So a few years ago, President Biden was in my area where I lived, and they were promoting the CHIPS Act. I don't know if you remember, but basically bringing back American manufacturing of semiconductors, all kinds of chips. You're a tech guy, you know all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And he was giving a talk at a factory actually that makes these chips and everything, and I got invited to go and had a chance to meet him, and I actually brought with me one of my grandfather's UAW union pins.
Oh wow.
As you might know, the former president was a big union supporter, and I thought, you know what, I think you might appreciate that. So I got up to meet him and I said, Mr. President, this is for you. I said, I brought you this UAW pin, and I told him the story that I just told you, basically verbatim, that hey, my grandfather was in UAW and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for that. And he looked me straight in the eye and he said, when I was 26 years old, running for office, my very first endorsement was from UAW.
Oh, wow.
And he, just like that, exactly how I said it, and he took the pen and he put it on his suit lapel. And then he walked out and live on CNN gave a talk all about American manufacturing, specifically semiconductors, but all of it, wearing my grandfather's pin on live television.
How cool
So quite a story. And then about a year later or so, my wife and I got to go to the White House, tour the Oval Office. I brought a copy of the Mustang Times to the White House, and I gave it to my student who was there, and I said, hey, why don't you give this to the president? I thought he might enjoy it. He's a car guy. No, he has a Corvette, not a Mustang. He has a Corvette. But I gave him the Mustang Times. About 2 months later, I get a letter in the mail, and it says White House, and it's a letter from President Biden saying, hey, I've been a car guy all my life. I read your story about your grandfather and everything. Love it. That's what we're trying to do is keep American manufacturing alive. Really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you again. So
what a great story.
Yeah, quite a story. I saved this one for you, Randy.
No, I appreciate you showing me. We've got to get the pictures from you so that when this podcast runs, we can have the pictures up there on screen with it.
Yeah, I've got pictures, with the president, pictures in the at the White House. I got a picture of the letter that he sent me, which was quite a nice little letter. So,
what a great story.
To have my grandfather come from poverty in the 1930s and 40s in Arkansas, and then get to the point where all those years later, the president of the United States is writing about him and his work over a 30-plus year period is pretty amazing when you think about it.
That's an incredible story. And something else that's really incredible too is people don't keep careers for 30 years anymore. You just can't do it. You can expect to change careers at least twice, maybe 3 times before you get to retirement nowadays.
Well, that's where the UAW came in. If he wasn't a part of the union, the UAW, he wouldn't have had a 30-year career. So very, very few people are in unions today. But that's why I wanted to, make that point specifically to the president that really was about, yes, Ford, but also UAW, that was able to keep him to be able to support his family. And my mom was the first in her family to be able to go to college because of that. And then, now I have 3 college degrees. So
you got to keep going, keep collecting those degrees.
No, I'm done. No, now I just go to Mustang shows. That's it. No more school.
Well, we really enjoyed having you out here at the Mustang shows. We saw you down at Mustang Week at some Northside functions and out here at Kemah. I guess you're aware there's it may be a little bit too far for you, but over at Lumberton or Silsbee, September 20th, the Wild Horse Mustang Club will have a show. But a little bit closer, September 27th, the next weekend, Northside Mustang Car Club's holding a show at the Hooters in Humble, Texas. A little bit closer for you.
Yeah,
a little bit more than an hour, right?
I'll go about 2 hours. I mean, this is 2 hours for me. I'll go up to 2 hours. So, and I can stop at Buc-ee's and get the non-ethanol gas. You got to put the non-ethanol gas in these cars. So, yeah, it works out. I'll go about 2 hours is my length. So I'm hoping maybe to bring her up to the MCA show in Tulsa next year. That's about 7 hours, but I'll have to get a trailer for that.
Yeah, you put a trailer up there. It's also you don't want to get behind those 18-wheelers throwing rocks and stuff. So. But Jonathan, we appreciate you taking time and coming down here to talk to us, and especially telling us that story. We're gonna cut out right now, but in a little bit, I'm gonna ask Yoda to grab a microphone and walk over to your car. If you could, we'll get David to turn around with the camera and go over. And if you could, just do a little roundabout and tell us about your car and all the things you've had done to it, because this car has been featured in the Mustang Times, hasn't it?
Yep, Mustang Times, and he got Best of Show at the Mustang Club of Houston show this spring, and it also was a judge's pick. There were 5 judges' pick at Mustang Week. If you know, they had 1,100 Mustangs there, and they had 5 judges' picks, and it was one of those. So again, this is why I have this Mustang, is to basically showcase American manufacturing in honor of my grandfather and my mom, to show that, hey, this is what we used to build, and we can still do that today if we put our minds to it. That's what it's about, keeping the car on the road.
And you're driving a car that's the only car that's been in production for over 60 years now. And what you're doing is preserving the memory of that car, the fun of it, the history of it. You know, I mean, you're doing exactly what is the mission of Mustang Golden Americans.
Yeah, I would like to think so. I mean, I'll tell you what, these car shows and all the car shows, I would say, are one of the only things in America. You get kids from 6 to 80-year-olds, and you get white, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. They all love these cars.
Yep.
So it is one of the few things that everybody loves these cars. We come together, all sorts of people, and that's why I like coming to these car shows, because they bring together people probably unlike any other event that we have today in America.
But, you know, and I find also that the Ford Mustang is really the only car that I see that transcends generations of people, and it actually permeates throughout the family. I don't know of any other car that does that. I really don't. I mean, maybe there's some other ones out there, but the Mustang's the one you see the most of.
Well, they're not making Camaros or Chargers anymore.
They're not. Yeah, that's right. That's right. John, what's your last name?
Jensen, J-E-N-S-E-N.
Yeah, well, that's a difficult one. So, John Jensen, we appreciate you coming down from College Station. We're going to get out here for a station break right now, but in just a little bit, we're going to ask Yoda, grab a mic and go to your car with you, and ask David to turn around with the camera and shoot some video while you point out some things to the car. I'm going to be over here running the soundboard, if that's okay with everybody. So, guys, thank you, Jonathan, for coming down. This is Lone Star Community Radio. I'm Randy Weldon. Robert Hiller, I think, wandered off to lunch somewhere. He likes to eat. You notice he's getting that gut on him. You notice I've got that gut on me, so I don't need to eat. But listen, you can find us on 104.5 and 106.1 FM. Or if you want to stream us, you can stream us at irlonestar.com/CCCT on Facebook or on YouTube. We thank you. We'll be back. Heartbreaking up late.
All right, let's stop one of them. Hey, another hour. All right, we're back on Cruisin Car Club Talk with Jonathan Jensen. He was just on with Randy a while ago, but now we're going to look at his car. So if you can tell us a little bit about your car, Jonathan.
Yeah, thank you so much. The reason why I bought this car specifically, I was looking for a 1966 Mustang. Number one, I wanted a blue one because almost all Mustangs seem to be cutting in and out. Seem to be either white, black, or red. So I wanted a blue one. But this car is extremely original, and the reason is it came from California. And if you have a car that came from California, when they restore these cars, they just take it apart, repaint it, put it all back together. There's no rust. All the parts get reused. So instead of buying a cheap knockoff replacement repop. You're just putting original parts back on the car. So that's number one. Number two, is it has a 4-barrel carburetor, and it has almost every. If you can't see it here, but it has this is a 289 with a 4-barrel carb, and it has almost every option that you could potentially have gotten on these cars in 1966. So, each of these options added on to the cost. This is an extremely affordable car, $2,600, but this car ended up being about $3,500. So with $1,000 worth of options. First off, factory air, which is great to have in Texas, obviously. So and factory air was more than $300 back in the day. So it was more than 10% the cost of the entire car. So it's like if you go to buy a $50,000 car and say, oh, you want air conditioning? It's another $5,000. So you don't see a lot of cars with factory air. I really like that. So factory air and a 4-barrel carburetor. And then original engine. So just very original. I just had some work done on it, and we replaced the radiator, the condenser, fixed a leak in the AC system, had the engine repainted. And then I have this car set up like it had a what's called an engine dress-up kit, which means it's got the Cobra valve covers and it's got the chrome air cleaner. That was $150 back in the day, but I'm just imagining the original owner, Mr. Brown, might have put that on there because he actually lived in Beverly Hills. You look up his house, so the address is on the owner's manual, and if you look up his house, it's worth about $7 million right now. So he got all the options. It's got the pony interior, which is really important. I feel like if you have a blue Mustang, classic Mustang, you have to get the pony interior because it really just adds to it. It's got the automatic factory air, as I said. The pony interior gives you not just the ponies on the upholstery, but also the wood grain on the dash and the glove box.
Pretty much this whole thing is original.
That's right. Again, that's what I wanted, because as we talked about with Randy, the point is to show these cars as if they were just rolling off the line in 1966.
How do you keep a leather seat tear it up? I mean, after all these years.
Well, they're vinyl, not leather. That helps a little bit, so they're synthetic. You just have to take care of them. Now, this car was restored about 25 years ago. In 2000, the last owner put about $14,000 into it, which was a lot of money back in 2000. So he got all new upholstery and everything, which was great. But when you get an older restoration, so 25 years ago, you still were able to get original parts back then. Now it's almost impossible.
Wow.
Or to get the new old stock parts is very expensive. So we're kind of lucky that he did all that. And then again, I just recently kind of had it freshened up for the fall car.
What about the wheels here?
Yeah, so these are what's called a styled steel wheel. This car actually originally came with the wired wheel covers, but this was a wheel that you could buy in 1966. Most people got them for GTs, but if you look at the old advertisements, you'll see these styled steel wheels. I just felt like this is the best wheel that went out of the choices. This was the best wheel that went with this car. So I did, when I bought it, I replaced the tires, the wheels, got it realigned, a few other things. But yeah, these are called styled steel wheels.
Wow, that's really awesome. Well, Tom, I really appreciate you taking the time to show us your car, tell us about your little story earlier. So hopefully we'll get to see you at the next show.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to go to at least one show a month, because the idea is to get the car out there, have people enjoy it, appreciate it. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I take it out as much as I can.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yep, thanks.
We are back and appreciate you still hanging in there with us. I hope you enjoyed that video. And we had a great time on site. I had a great time on site.
We did.
Other than the heat.
One thing I enjoyed was the Terminators, the guys with the Terminator Mustangs. Beautiful cars. I think there was about 10 of them in a group. And it's like, they were just immaculate. They were beautiful. And if you ever noticed the Terminator engine, it's the big 4-valve, big head. They always have a supercharger on them. It's just, it's a very impressive engine just to look at. It takes up all the space in the Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
I mean, you've got one of those Mustangs.
Well, I don't have the Terminator motor, though.
No. But when you climb in that body style, right? The New Edge or the SN95 or whatever you want to call it, it's like being in an aircraft cockpit, I mean, it really hugged you. And then so to put an engine that size in there is pretty amazing.
It's just got to be a blast to drive. I would love that one.
One of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days. But I know it wasn't as exciting for you, but it was for me.
Yeah, you were excited about the EV truck.
Well, and Electric Mike. Well, what a great guy.
And the story that he went on vacation and they mapped out their vacation trip around the charging system.
Well, and I had it in my head when we were doing the interview that he just went to the West Coast and came back to Texas. No, they went to the West Coast. They went all across the United States to the East Coast, down to Florida, and then back.
Yeah.
So they did a heck of a trip on that EV.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's solid EV. It's not some sort of a hybrid or anything. So.
Right.
But anyway, between
100% EV battery.
Yeah.
I wonder what that truck weighs. We could look that up.
You know what? Electric Mike said he'd either do a Zoom call with us or he'd come into the studio, one of the two.
Yeah.
So, but between those two interviews.
And how long we were there?
We got there at, I think I got there at, we got set up at 10:30.
I think we were plugged in for about 5 hours.
It used 1% of his
1% of his electricity.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But we were there for doing the interviews for about 4 hours. So,
yeah.
I think Duane and those guys did a great job interviewing to talk about Space City Mustangs, Duane and Jeff.
Right.
And then we had Jonathan Jensen come in and talk about his grandfather coming basically barefoot in Arkansas, right? And going to work for Ford, getting to stay there 30 years. That in turn got Jonathan the ability to get, his college education. He's got 3 degrees. He's a professor at A&M University. And got to meet, not only the president, but get to go to the White House. And, he's got articles of his car.
Right. And it's a beautiful car, too.
Yeah.
I told him it reminded me of Ray Webb. Ray Webb's got a car just like it.
Yeah. He had I don't know what color they call it.
It's the same color, but
it's like a wind veil blue, but I don't know if that's what they call it. So.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
But it was a great time.
It was. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I guess we ought to hop on out of here, huh? And we'll plan for another one, and we'll get Dana's information in here.
Yeah, we'll try to get Dana back in here and talk about her, her speech and how did it go for her.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of Cruisin' Car Club Talk. I'm Randy Weldon. That guy over there is Robert Helmer, locked up back in the safe room/sound booth, or sound booth/safe room, is our sound engineer and producer, Dick Schischler. And missing today is Dana Pritchard, but we will get her back in here. We are broadcasting from the studios at Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 FM and 106.1 FM. And streaming worldwide at irlonestar.com/CCCT, on Facebook and on YouTube.
And on our website, cruisincarclubtalk.com.